All right, if you're like me and you've gone all digital on the Nintendo Switch 2, or you're thinking about doing that, I have a list of things here that you are gonna wanna pick up. Things that are gonna make your digital life that you wanna live so much easier. Some of them are no-brainers, things you would probably already know to pick up, but some of the other stuff on this list you may not know about. I'm gonna have links to everything down in the description where you can check all this stuff out. Some of it I have here, some of it I found on Amazon. I will have links to everything on Amazon. They are affiliate links. If you use them, it helps me. And another thing that does help me out a ton is the sponsor of today's video, Doomsday: Last Survivor. If you're into fighting zombies, collecting resources, training soldiers, and upgrading everything you have in the apocalypse, this is the game for you. I've had so much fun playing this game, sending my troops out to attack all the zombies that are trying to break the walls down of my base, building up my resources, finding rare loot. It's just an all-around fun game. You've got to think on your feet. You got to make sure you put people in the right positions at the right time, and you can move your troops anywhere on the map free of restriction, giving you full control over strategy and position. The best part about it for me is the real-time battles that unfold right on the map. The storylines are engaging, the heroes are awesome, and honestly, I've had a hard time putting this game down. So go download the game right now using this QR code right here, or there's a link down in the description. It'll probably be in the pinned comment as well. You can join my alliance. We can play together right now. Once again, you can download it from the link in the description or this QR code right here. Thank you so much to Doomsday: Last Survivor for sponsoring this video. All right, jumping right into this, the very first thing you're gonna need, this one is a no-brainer. It's something I guarantee probably every single one of you already knows that you need, but you need a micro SD express card. You have to have express cards for the Switch 2. The other ones are not fast enough. So if you have an old SD card from your Nintendo Switch that's a terabyte, that's not gonna work. You have to buy the new ones. They are a little bit more expensive right now. For a 256, you're looking at somewhere around $40 to $50. 500 gigabytes gonna cost you like 80, and a terabyte can cost you anywhere from 140 to 170 depending on where you get them. You can find good deals on these at Walmart, but honestly, just about everywhere is starting to come down a little bit in price. In the last video, I showed a few that are on Amazon, which I'll have linked below, that are actually a pretty decent price at this point, but you are gonna have to get one, and you're gonna have to probably have several. So if you don't wanna spend a lot of money on one right now, it's totally fine to get a 256 or a 512. Either of those are fine to get right now. You're gonna end up with more if you're gonna be buying a lot of digital games anyway. Wait till later, till the terabytes are a little bit cheaper to start buying those big ones. Unless you just wanna go spend the money on, whatever you can find for $140-ish right now. Make sure you get a reputable brand, at least something you know. The ones from Walmart, the ONN, those ones are good, they're fine. But if you're on Amazon, you need to make sure you know what the company is. Lexar, Samsung, SanDisk. Don't get no-name cards. You'll regret it. There's all kinds of problems with those. Usually they don't even have the storage on them that they say they do, so stick with a name you know. I'll have links to that below. And the next thing you're gonna need is somewhere to put all of those cards. Now, I have this. This is something I've been using for a long time with my photography and video work. I used to carry this around to weddings. This is a memory card holder. It's made by Pelican. It's super nice. I couldn't find this one on Amazon, but I found some that were strictly made for micro SD cards instead of having these big spaces for full-size SD cards. These are pretty cheap. I think the one I found is like $8, but you are gonna wanna get something that's a hard shell case, something that's gonna keep them protected. You do not want those tiny cards flying around everywhere, getting lost in the bottom of your backpack, whatever. You need to keep those safe. You need to keep them somewhere where you're gonna be able to find them when you need them. Now, we talked about in the last video another option for storage, and that's gonna be some type of hard drive, whether it's an SSD, whatever kind of hard drive you wanna get, you can do that too. I made a whole video about this. I'll link it at the end if you wanna check that out. But you can get something like this rugged drive for a decent price. I'm pretty sure this one's like 2 terabytes, but you can get way bigger ones. And if you want something that's smaller, I believe the name of this company is Vancini. They actually sent me this little stick. This little stick right here is a 1 terabyte SSD. I've been using this actually over at my computer. This thing is really, really awesome. It's super fast. It's built really well. This thing is like solid steel, it feels like. But it's got a USB-A over here, USB-C on this side. It's fast, reliable. I'll have a link to where you can find these down below as well. They did send this over to me quite a while ago. I told them I would try to fit it in a video, and I feel like this is the perfect spot to do that. So go check these out. This thing's very cool. I do use this every day. Not really for my Switch, but you totally can. Lots of storage. They have other options as well. Now, the next thing on the list is pretty important, especially if you're gonna wanna back things up on a hard drive. You are going to need a micro SD card reader. Now, you can get these on Amazon in lots of different forms. You can get tiny ones that are basically just a USB-C on one side and then a little slot to put your card in. You just put it in there. You can do that. You can go the very simple route. Anchor makes a decent one that I have here. I'll link that below. That's a good one. But you can also get big dongles that are gonna have, you know, USB ports, USB-C ports, HDMI ports, whatever you need. And it'll have those card readers on the side there too. But then if you're buying something like that, at least you're getting something else to use with your computer. You're gonna be able to plug a lot more stuff in, especially if you have like a MacBook or something like that. If you have a MacBook, you know the struggle. You probably already have one of these. But I did find something else on Amazon that I'm kind of interested in, and it kind of kills two birds with one stone. What it is a card reader and card storage. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen here so you guys can see. It's $40. It's a little bit pricey, but I mean, for a card reader, it's really not that bad. But it's actually got storage inside of it where you can keep SD cards, micro SD cards. Then you just slide the little thing out, pop them out here and put them in the end. It's USB-C. Something like this is gonna take the place of having, you know, a full separate case. So you could skip the case and just use that. Less in your bag, so you won't have as much to carry. And speaking of less in your bag, when you go all digital, you don't have to carry around cartridges anymore. So that means you can get a slim case because you don't have to take anything with you. I have two right here I want to show you, my two favorites. This one is from Savage Raven. As you guys know, they're a sponsor of this channel. I love everything they have. I'll have a link in the description where you can get this. I do have a code. It's Drip Media. If you want to use it, you'll get 10% off if you want to buy this or anything else on their site. This is a really nice slim case. I love the denim. They have a black one as well. But the inside of this case is really nice. It does have places for game card slots, but it's got a little pocket here too. You could put your little card reader in there. I mean, you could put your little hard drive in here too, honestly. You could put a lot of stuff in this tiny little slim case. So I do like this one a lot. It's also compatible with the Neo Grip, which they sell, and the grip case. So if you are looking for a grip for your Switch, you can also pick one of those up over there. I like this one a lot. I have another one here from TomTalk. I really like this one too. TomTalk makes amazingly high quality things. If you saw my What's in My Bag video, I use a TomTalk backpack. My iPad's covered in a TomTalk case. I have a lot of TomTalk stuff. They got YKK zippers on these things, super nice. Whoa, there's a case in here. What is this? Stand grip. So as you can see, the stand grip from Savage Raven fits in here as well. There's not a whole lot going on in here. It does have, again, a place for game cartridges. Don't really need that anymore, but this is a very nice case. They've got another version of this, I think now, a newer version. They've got a bunch of new stuff actually on their site. I need to hit them up and see if we can get some of that stuff over here for a video. If you guys wanna see the new TomTalk stuff that they have for the Switch 2, leave me a comment and let me know. But these are great. This is a great slim case to use. Another thing that you are going to need, and this is kind of you don't actually need it, but it would help you to have it, some type of a battery bank. Now, there are lots of different battery banks out there. I do have a few that I'll link below, but something like that is gonna give you a lot more of a charge on your Switch. Now, I have one from Genki that basically just is a magnet that goes on the back of the Switch if you have one of the little rings on there, plugs in, gives you like a whole nother battery on your Switch, which is great. It also works on your phone. If your phone has MagSafe, iPhones do. So that's a really cool way to go. But I did find this other case, which I'm gonna show you guys right here from Belkin. This thing is really cool. It's not a slim case, but it does come with a battery bank built into it. So you can charge wherever you're at. And if you're gonna be downloading a lot of games, you are gonna be using more batteries. So if you're out and maybe you're using Wi-Fi somewhere and you're not quite able to get a plug, having a battery bank is gonna save you when you're trying to download games or trying to do whatever it is you're doing. Another thing you're gonna need to get is a good charger. Now the Switch 2 comes with a fine charger, but we're not really locked into using just this Switch charger. I know it's recommended, but chargers are pretty advanced at this point. You can get a lot of them that have built-in protection. It's not gonna overcharge your Switch. It's not gonna mess your Switch up in any way. It's gonna give it the power it needs when it needs it. These are very cool. They are from Mfish. These are 140 watts. Now, you're not gonna get 140 watts going into your Switch, but you can do up to 140 watts. You can charge 4 things at the same time, so you're gonna be able to charge your Switch, your phone, anything else you got with you, a controller, whatever you need, and they come in a couple different colors, as you can see here. I'll have a link to them down below as well. Mfish sent over a lot of stuff, and these 2 things are something I've been using basically in my bag. This one has been in my bag since it came. I really do like it. It takes the place of every other charger that I have. I don't need anything else. This charges a laptop, iPad, phone, Switch 2, literally anything, and you can do it all at the same time. So these are really cool. Definitely something to check out, but I have a few other things from Mfish that you're gonna need to go with that. If you're gonna get a good charger, you might as well go ahead and get some good cables. Mfish makes those too. I had these in the what's in my bag video if you wanna check these out, but I've got a few here. I really like these cables. They're really, really nice. Super well made. They have like silicone rubber over the cable. They wrap up. They've got these cool little ties on them, so you know they stay nice and neat in your bag, and all of their cables have lightning on the end, but then you can change that over to USB-C. Same here, you got USB-A, you can change that over to USB-C. And these things do all the data transfer, they do all of the fast charging, whatever you're gonna need them for, all these cables do it. Now these ones are all basically the same. I have a blue version of it here. I've got a black, the black one's a little bit different, but they're all basically the same. This is another one I like to have, especially when I'm trying to dock my Switch on one of the smaller docks, because this doesn't take up any room really, and it doesn't just get everywhere when you're trying to just have one quick little cable to the Switch to this. If you're trying to keep things neat and tidy, this is the way to go. I'll have a link to these down below as well. I'll have a link to all this stuff, but that's what I got for you today. Just a few little things here that's gonna make your digital life with your Nintendo Switch 2 a little bit easier. If there's anything else that you think should have been on this list, let me know in the comments down below, but that is gonna do it for this one, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.